Hi everyone, so I recently did a video on some Montessori math materials and I had a request to go over one in more detail. So tonight I've brought along the large bead frame to give you an idea of how we'd work with this material with the children. So what I really love about Montessori is that she really breaks things down into steps. So there are just so many lessons you would give with this material, but I'll just kind of show you a few of them. So before we'd even start doing any equations, we would familiarize ourselves with the material and we would ask the children, what do you notice? Do you notice that there's 3 different colors? This symbolizes the 3 different number families we're working with. Here we've got the simple number family, this is the 1,000 family, and this would be the millions. And I would ask the children this, what do you think this family is? Because they have been repeating this through material since preschool, so they probably would know a lot of this. And some of them might not, and that's okay. And we might do making some numbers first. So I'd say, can you show me 1 on the small bead frame? Can you show me 10? Can you show me 100? Etc. And then I might say, and I would go right up to the millions if we're going to start with equations up here. I would say, could you show me what 22 would look like on the large bead frame? I've got 2 10s and 2 units, there's 22. So the first thing they might do is just make numbers with their friends and quantities and practice using the material that way. Once they feel confident with that, we would then introduce, this is this bead frame paper, and it's quite neat. So you'll see some of the things repeating. You can see the simple family, the family of thousands, and the family of millions, and you can see that color scheme coming on the paper the same as on the bead frame. And so what's quite novel about this and what the children really like is that instead of writing in the spaces what you would normally do on math paper, we pretend our numbers are like the beads on the bead frame and we write them right down the middle of that line. So just like the line goes through the bead, the line goes through our numbers as well. So what we would do is we'd start getting them notating the numbers on the bead frame paper. So we'd go 1, they'd record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now they know from materials I've been doing since preschool that when they can only have 9 in one category, and when they get to 10 they have to exchange. So they would go 10 and then we show them how to exchange. I call this the exchange train because the kids like it. But they know that 10 units is the same as 110, so they would exchange. And now we're going to start working in the 10s. So you can see now we're moving to the 10s line. We've got a 1 and a 0 in the units, and we're going to start counting in 10. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Again, we know we can't have more than 9 in one category, so we're going to go 100. We know that 10 10s are the same as 100. We're going to exchange. So they're just going to practice doing that so they get the hang of exchanging, and then they're right up to the millions. And what's really cool is this paper's only this long, so they have to keep taping paper on and on and on, and so you get this nice long reel of bead frame paper. And 6 to 12 children love big numbers and big works, and they love folding out this huge bead frame paper to show you what they've done. So that would be the second lesson. They're just literally learning how to notate on the large bead frame paper. They're practicing writing numbers, they're practicing place value, changing hierarchies, exchanging. So lots of learning going on there. Then once you've confident with that, we'll then start with equations. So you can see there's a lot of preparation before we get to the actual equation. And the first, just like if you're learning about a flower, you'd learn about its parts, or if you're a mechanic, you learn about parts of a car, we would also teach the parts of the equation. So in addition, we have the add-ins, which are at the top, and the answer in addition is called the sum. So we might write that as we're teaching them. So we might say, what sounds can you hear in sum? So they're doing language as well at the same time. And we write them in these little tickets and they can stick them in their book or copy them. And then we're going to write the equation on our paper. So the first one I've done is just a static one, there's no exchanging, and the second one I've done, they have to exchange. Some people do write the equations in the same coloured pencil, so the units have been green, the 10s in blue, etc. I do find by the 6 to 12 age group there it's a bit fiddly, they're a bit over it, they don't need quite that much order, so they can just write it in normal pencil. So we'd set up our first add-end, so we'll start with the top one. We've got 1,324, so that's 4 units, 300s, sorry, 4 units, 2 tens, 3 hundreds, and 1,000. So there's our first add end. And now we're going to start adding our second add end from the units, because we always start with the smallest category. So we add 3 units. We see 4 plus 3 is 7. So they'd write down 7. And then they carry on with each category, and you'd write the final answer here. We're not going to do that because it's pretty simple. I'm going to move to the dynamic one where we're going to start exchanging. Go back to 0. So I'm going to make my first add end again. So I've got 8 units, I've got 1 10, it's quite hard to do upside down, 4 hundreds and 3 thousands. And I'm going to start adding from the units here, but I have a problem. I need to add 3 units and I only have 2. So I'm going to add 1, 2. I know I can only have 9 in one category, but I've got 10 units, so I can exchange it for 1 10. And I need to add 1 more because I was adding 8 plus 3. I'd added 2, but here's my third one. Now I can move to the tens column, so I have to add 3 more now. And I don't count that one because that was an exchange. Then I move to the hundreds and I have to add 2 more. The thousands, I have to add 2. So then I can write down my answer. So I can write it down as I go, or I can write it down all at once at the end. Better to get them to write it down as they go. So you can see that my answer is 5,651. And sorry, we call it sum. And that's how you would record it. So that is a lesson on the large bead frame. You can do all 4 operations. This is addition. You can do subtraction, multiplication, all that kind of stuff. And also, we'd also try and, just one last thing, link in addition as a concept of, it could also be 2 friends talking and adding ideas together. It could be adding your pocket money that you've been saving up. So we try and give other examples bigger than just the bead frame of what addition is as well. But I hope you enjoyed that.